Hello everybody, welcome to Finance 303. I'm going to go through and give you guys a quick course overview, go over the syllabus, but make sure to read the whole thing on your own. It's got a lot of really helpful information. Here's the team. There's me, Dr. Piloff. I'm the course coordinator. In addition, I'm going to be teaching some of the sections, so is Dr. Lee. Our team includes about 10 teaching assistants. These are folks that have taken the class and done well. They are a tremendous resource. I encourage you to use them. And a grad assistant who's going to help with the exams, administering them, grading them, organizing them. And she'll be your point of contact for some of that stuff. So you may have heard things about the class. I want to lay out the truth. First is the team loves finance and we enjoy teaching this class. I enjoyed a great deal. Dr. Lee, all the TAs, we are in your corner. We want you to be successful. We'll help you be successful. One of the things you'll find about this class is that it's incredibly organized and clear. We know what we want to do. We convey that to you. And then when we test you on all those things. There should be no surprises. Some of you will love this class. At the end of the semester, you'll say, that was my favorite class. I'm so happy I'm a finance major. I'm going to add a finance major. I'm going to switch to a finance major. Some of you perform very well and earn high grades. You'll learn all this stuff and it'll be conveyed on your tests. It's important. This course requires understanding, not memorizing. So you go through, you do a problem. When you're done, flip it around and say, okay, now I'm the teacher. Let me explain the problem. Let me explain the solution. And then if there's things you don't quite get, and the only reason you got it is because you followed along from a solution, go ahead and seek help. A lot of resources in this class, but really focus on understanding, because once things click, it is a totally different experience. Here's a special note for this semester. The calendar and the schedule make it so that we need to cover material at a faster pace than we do in other semesters. In addition, bad weather could create even more difficulties for us. If class gets canceled by bad weather, our plan is to essentially keep on pace. We'll inform you guys through emails how we're going to do that, but there will be some material that'll have to be learned through video that we won't be able to cover in class. Therefore, extra important this semester to stay on top of the material. Tremendous resources if you're struggling with that. Labs, office hours, a discussion board. You can email a TA. Lots and lots of ways for you to get help. All right, so what's required for this class? First thing is a financial calculator. I suggest a TI-83 Plus or like a TI-84 or something that's got this nice big screen. We don't do a lot of fancy stuff with the calculator, but the screen makes it easier. Nothing with a keyboard, nothing that's like a little mini computer. If you have questions, come contact me on that. Maple TA subscription. That's how you're going to do your assignments. So you can buy it online. There's a link in Blackboard. You can also buy a card at the bookstore, and that's what you access to do graded assignments, and also you can do practice problems that way. If you've taken this class in the past and you're retaking it, you can use your own access. You just need to register for the spring 2019 term. So you don't have to go out and buy a whole new access. Access to Blackboard, there's one site for everybody. A lot of announcements, all our resources, everything's there. And make sure that your Mason Live email account's up and working. You'll get lots and lots of emails from me. Course grades is just a straight up weighted average. So there's 4 tests in this class, and the highest one will be weighted at 20%, the lowest will be weighted at 10, the 2 middle ones at 15. We'll have a final that's weighted at 25. Graded assignments are 12% of the grade, and then just basically following directions before tests and on your Scantron form will get you 2%, and signing up for Maple correctly will get you another 1%. We compute an average, and basically, we adhere really strictly to these grade ranges. So the magic number for some folks is a 69.0. That's a C. For others that want to be finance majors, the magic number is a 79.0. And I know there's a bunch of you guys that are looking up here. There is a decent number of students that wind up in the A range. So learn this material, you could wind up there as well. The 4 tests, they'll be given, you can see February 11, 12, March 5, 6, 7, April 8, 9, April 29, 30. Basically, if you're in the DL1 class, you're going to take it at 7:30 in the morning on the last day that's listed. If you're in the other lecture sections, you'll take it in your lecture. Notice that for test 2, the Tuesday night crew will go Tuesday, everyone else will go Wednesday and Thursday. There'll be a cumulative final during the exam period. There's also makeup tests. The syllabus lays out the designated makeup days, and one thing to note is if you've got an excused situation with documentation, there's no deduction. If it's an unexcused absence, you're not completely out of luck. There's a safety net there. You can retake it with a 30-point deduction. Scantron form and exam info I mentioned. Everybody starts with 20 points per exam. Then there's deductions for incorrectly filled in information, and we'll give you time at the beginning of the test to fill it out and instructions. And so we add up your 5 scores. This should be an easy 100. This literally is just paying attention. And we give you extra time. It's just, everyone should get this. Graded assignments. That's through the Maple TA platform. There are 22 assignments. There's a lot of them. We have the dates relatively frequently to help you guys stay on top of the material. They're due at 11:59 p.m. on the various days that are noted on Maple TA and in the syllabus. There are a total of 312 questions in all of these assignments. Each question is worth 1 point. So at the end of the semester, we add up how many points you got, and then we divide by 2.10, and that's your score. It's a maximum of 100, which basically means if you answer 208 or more correct, you get 100. So we built a lot of slack into this system. That's why extensions are very unlikely. So if you get sick or you're traveling or your computer crashed, that's all built into this system. You guys get unlimited submissions. So we suggest submitting after every single problem because your correct answers carry over. So you do problem 1, you submit it, you get it right. It stays with you, so you automatically on your next attempt have 1 point. You try number 2, you get it wrong. You try it again, you get it right. Then now 1 and 2 are correct, but you got to submit to do that. There's a scary warning when you go to submit. Just ignore it. You'll see once you do it a couple times, you can just keep submitting. You guys are allowed to work together. You guys are encouraged to work together and to seek help. So come, email your TA, go on the discussion board, see someone during office hours. You can form study groups, go to lab. You can get help with all this stuff. It's about learning. The registration info, when you go and you sign up and register with your first and last name, and then more importantly, make sure that your student ID is your Blackboard user ID. So it's not your G number. So mine would be Spilloff, Dr. Lee's would be Sleeve65. And like I said, don't use your G number. And we're talking about the student ID on Maple TA. There's a thing when you go to initially register, it'll have you give your name, it'll say student ID, and it'll be some GMU number. Overwrite that with your Blackboard user ID, which is the thing that's your name at, or whatever it is, at gmu.edu for your mail address. Sooner you register, the more points you get. So you can get, actually you can get up to 130 points. So it's 130 out of 100, so it's like a little bit of extra credit. Just get it in. There is an actual extra credit opportunity. We put a lot of material out online, so if you find a meaningful error, and we're pretty generous with the term meaningful, it's been quite a while since someone found something that I didn't think was meaningful, you get a little bit of extra credit. It's typically going to be 1/10 of a point on your final course grade. Blackboard, this is the center of class. The course content, that's where all the key course materials reside. There's overheads. There is no textbook. Those overheads function like the textbook. Lot of practice problems. There's test bank problems. Those test bank problems capture everything we want you to know in this class. There's also questions from old exams, a chance to maybe work on something with different names and numbers, and lecture problems that go along with the overheads. We'll do some in class, but not necessarily all of them. On Blackboard, there's also links to get to MapleTA to either buy access, or there's a second link that you can use to get to where to do the problems. There's a list of students that took this class and did really well that are interested in being paid tutors. So if you want a tutor, you'd contact them. You guys work out all of the arrangements, when you'd meet, how much you'd pay, all that kind of stuff. There's a discussion board that you can interact with the instructors, particularly the TAs. So you post a question about something, and they'll get back to you. There's also announcements, lots and lots and lots of announcements that I also email in this class. A big one is every week I send a letter that I'll tell you, okay, these are the videos for the week. This is what we're going to cover. These are the slides. These are the problems. So it really lets you know what's going to be covered and what the expectations are for the week coming up. Regardless of what section you're in, all the students have access to similar resources. So anyone, regardless of section, can attend a lecture or no lecture. But the one thing is exams will have to be taken with your official lecture section. So you can attend any lab, multiple labs, or no lab. It's a great opportunity in lab for you to work on problems, and there's TAs there who can help you and give you guidance. So it's a really nice opportunity. Anyone can see any instructor's office hours. So there's going to be a lot of hours over the course of the week. You throw in lab, it's probably going to be close to 20 hours a week when there's a live person that you can visit to ask questions. Anyone can use all the online resources, the videos, the Blackboard. It's available regardless of what section you're in. So we give you all of this flexibility and we give you all this guidance. But what we have found is that the successful students in this class find that this class requires a substantial effort and consistent effort. So you got to stay on top of things and a real focus on understanding. And when you do that and it clicks, it is really, really, really a nice experience. And a lot of students have really found that out, and they really enjoy how much they're learning. And I hope by the end of the semester you fall into that bucket as well. So let's go ahead and have a great, great, great semester. I am looking forward to getting started, and that is it.